Greetings, everybody, and welcome back. It is your favorite professor, Dr. T. So, before I start to talk about the tips that I have for pre-algebra students, this is to ensure that you are going to do well when you get to algebra. So, I want to talk to you about some of the reasons I think students have trouble with algebra and advanced mathematics. When entering pre-algebra, parents, students, and sometimes teachers need to understand that to get students to be really proficient and strong in algebra, they want to make sure that they focus on teaching the students when they should be evaluating, simplifying, solving, or graphing. And I feel like these tips will make mastering algebra much, much easier in the upper grade. So pre-algebra is the foundation for all math you'll encounter from middle school to high school and beyond. Everything we do here connects directly to more advanced concepts. But the four key skills are evaluating, simplifying, solving, and graphing, and are used constantly through algebra, geometry, and even calculus. If you focus on building these skills now, you'll have a strong base for future success. When evaluating expressions, always follow the correct order of operations. This is sometimes called PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Some teachers use to help students remember the order of operations. The P stands for parentheses, E stands for exponents, M and D stand for multiplication and division, but you do these from left to right. And then addition and subtraction, also from left to right. Write down all steps clearly to avoid mistakes and double check what you did by plugging your answer back into the original equation. If you're ever working with fractions and decimals, rewrite them in a way that makes calculations easier for you. Simplifying expressions is next. Simplifying expressions is all about combining like terms, but it's also about taking terms that have been combined and pulling them apart. But simplifying expressions also follows the rules of arithmetic as well. One key tip is to always underline or highlight like terms before combining them. Be careful with signs because negative numbers can trip you up. If you're not paying attention, and always remember that you are adding in algebra, whether you are adding to the left of 0 or you're adding to the right of 0, you are always adding in algebra. Also, practice recognizing patterns like factoring common terms, which help you later in algebra. And you can start just by factoring terms that are even or factoring terms that are odd. And that is with simple numbers, So 36 and 72, for instance, have a lot of factors. And then solving equations. Most students think that they're solving equations even when they're not. A lot of times when we're simplifying, we're not solving for x, but a lot of students think that x is equal to 1, which is not the case unless we say so. When you're solving equations, it's like solving a puzzle. Your goal is to isolate variables, always do the same operations to both sides of the equation just to keep it balanced. And if an equation looks complicated, try to break it down. Write down your steps, do it step by step. Check your work by plugging your answer that you found for whatever variable you're being asked to solve for, and then plug it back into the original equation. And if you get stuck, rewrite the problem in a different way or use a number line to visualize it. Graphing basics. So when you have learned how to evaluate, which is part of function notation, when you have learned how to simplify, which is making things as simple as possible so that you can graph them, and then solving, which is also part of figuring out where solutions are occurring on the graph. Graphing is all about understanding the coordinate plane, knowing where the X and Y axis is. And this is actually a graph of several different parent functions. With functions on a graph, we just transform them, we translate them, and we just describe what we see. And that happens when you get to calculus, which is an advanced mathematics class. When you're plotting points, move from left to right for X, then up or down for the Y value, and keep your graph neat. Use a ruler if you need to. And if you're graphing a line, find at least 2 points before drawing to ensure accuracy. And then finally, bringing it all together. You can develop a structured approach to tackling algebraic problems with confidence and accuracy. Each technique builds upon the next, creating a strong foundation for more advanced mathematics. So I will have videos that will focus on each of the 4 skills that I think are important to make sure that students are strong in algebra. Again, as always, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.